Hey Jason, how's it going? I just wanted to do a quick video response to your video from, I don't know if you did it at 2 or 3 o'clock. It was finally downloaded this morning, and I get up every morning at 4 o'clock, and I was watching it this morning about 4:30 and didn't have time to make a response, but I wanted to respond to you. And I also see that Truly Jess did a video response to your video, and she already took care of the kind of support and complimenting you for what you do, and I also appreciate what you do on YouTube with all the weight loss stuff, and I feel your pain with frustration and stuff like that. I do not get depressed ever about anything. I've had a ton. I don't want to seem unsympathetic, because I am a sympathetic guy, and I'm married, I have 3 kids, and you have to be compassionate with people, and I do that part. But I'm also the kind of guy that likes to give people a quick kick in the pants sometimes, and I don't really hold back. I don't hold my blows, or whatever you want to call it. I used to own a tree service. I'll just give you a real quick history as far as where I'm at with my weight loss stuff. I used to own a tree service, and I would work 12, 14-hour days carrying brush and carrying logs out of people's yards and put them in the wood chipper and stuff. Very strenuous exercise on your body. And when I would get done with that for the day, sometimes I actually have my bicycle in my work truck, and if I didn't do enough cardio that day, if I had any energy left at all, I would go for 45-minute, hour and a half bicycle ride, on top of that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I used to be, I was 217 pounds and like 10% body fat, and I was in really good shape. I looked like Mr. Clean, and now I'm a short, fat, bald guy. Anyway, so that was September of '06, and what happened is I fell off a roof, broke both my legs severely. They almost amputated one of them, just below the knee, kind of a thing. And I had a really good surgeon. I'm in Minnesota. They have a great surgeon here, and he fixed me all up. But anyway, so I went from 217 pounds. I was in a hospital bed in my living room for 9 months, and I gained 80 pounds of fat. Lost a bunch of muscle, gained 80 pounds of fat. So I got up to 286 pounds. And October of this last year, October of '08, I started doing, watching YouTube, watching your videos, taking the advice that you give, and, Shanti and Jess and Jason, and I've gone to, from October 1st until now, I've gone from 286 down to like 248, 250, somewhere around there. So I've lost, 40 pounds, and I just in January 28th, I had a bunch of hardware from all my surgeries. I had a bunch of hardware taken out of my left leg. And then March 6th, I had a bunch of hardware taken out of my right leg. And from that time, like the first surgery on January 28th, I was at 252 pounds. And I was not able to do any kind of exercising. All I could do was kind of watch my food intake, that kind of stuff. And I eat like every 3 hours I eat. And then when in March 6th, when I had my second surgery, I was at 251 pounds. And yesterday or the day before, I got on the scale, and I was like at 250 pounds. I've seen 247, so I haven't made it to 246, which would be the 40 pounds, but I've gone, just under 250 is where I've been for the last month or so. And so now, I got my cast off on Wednesday a week ago, and the next day, Thursday, I was on my bicycle. And I'm not talking about a recumbent bike at my house. I'm talking about my mountain bike out in the street. The surgeon told me, I can put weight on it. Whatever my tolerance of pain will allow, I could do that type of stuff. So he said, you might need to use your crutches for a few days and then phase out of that and then go to walking without your crutches. But the next day after I got my cast off, I went out and did a bike ride. I don't need a pat on the back. I don't need to, hear, oh, you did so great. I appreciate that stuff. That stuff is great. I'm not opposed to it. But I just don't know. I don't know how to say in the right words to be nice. I understand that people get depressed, and it could be a clinical thing, or I don't understand depression enough, I guess, to understand why people let depression and that type of stuff make, like rule their life. Because for me, I've had a ton of stuff happen to me, and I don't get depressed about anything. I don't have any friends. My wife is my only friend. I mean, I'm friends with relatives and stuff, that are around, and but the person that caused my accident to happen was my best friend of 25 years, and he's no longer my friend because of the stuff that happened after the accident. And I don't, I'm not mad at him, I don't hate him, I just don't approve of what happened afterwards. Anyway, that's a different story. But so I don't, a lot of people, like, you get depressed because you don't have friends to hang out with or whatever, and I just don't understand that, because to me, so much stuff has happened in